Welcome everyone. In this video series, I'm going to show you how to use Oracle Primavera P6 to prepare a schedule for construction projects. You have to follow these videos with the lecture notes shared with you because each video will explain a specific task in P6 and solutions of the class exercises in the lecture notes. Based on these exercises, you can prepare your turn project. But before starting to subjects, I want to show you how to download and install the P6. First of all, type edelivery.oracle.com to your web browser. You can use Oracle Software Delivery Cloud to download Oracle products. In order to do that, you have to register if you don't have an Oracle account previously. After that, you need to provide a valid email address and answer some specific questions to create your account. After creating your account, you can sign in to Delivery Cloud. Now I'm going to sign in to my account. So here you should search for P6 and select Primavera P6 Professional Project Management. It is extremely important to select the right product because there are many different options in Primavera family, as you can see here. If you select the wrong option, you will get a completely different product. The name of our product is Primavera P6 Professional Project Management. Okay, after selecting the right product, you should download the most recent version, which is 19.12 right now. Recently, some people having trouble with the installation of the latest versions. If you experience similar problems, just go back here and select version 17 or version 16. I can say that all of these versions are almost the same. So select Add to Chart and continue with Checkout. Unfortunately, Primavera is only working with Windows operating system, and as of version 18, you can only choose 64-byte. If your computer is 32-byte, you should download the version 16 or 17. So select Continue here. And here you can see terms and restrictions. Let me show you the most important part. I have to search for it. Okay. So you see that it says the trial term shall be 30 days from the date of your acceptance of the terms and conditions of this trial license. So after 30 days, you have to uninstall the P6. Otherwise, Oracle may audit you and may want you to pay for the product. And believe me, it is not cheap. So after selecting the I accept the terms in the license agreement, you can continue. And then you can download the products. First of all, you get a download manager here. Just select it. Select Run. So here you can select the download location. Select Next. So you will get these files in a short while. I have already downloaded the files to my desktop, so we can directly continue with installation process. So first of all, you have to unzip these files to start your installation. Here, select P6 Pro. Also unzip this file and start the setup file. Select typical option here and click OK. And then you can start the installation. Usually it doesn't take too much time. So at this point, select Run Database Configuration and click OK. So you don't need to change anything up to here. But this part is important. Here, P6 Professional driver type must be P6 Pro standalone SQLite. When you select this option, you will have an individual database. In Primavera, there are also database options that can be used by multiple people. Usually, big construction companies are using such kind of databases in their head offices. These databases allow people to work on projects together at the same time. So everyone has a role defined in P6. For example, while one person selecting the relationships between the activities, the other person can assign some resources to these activities at the same time. So this is possible if both of them have a connection to same database. But as I told you, SQLite is an individual database and no one can see your projects if you select this option. So select SQLite and select Next. At this part, select the second option, which is add a new standalone database and connection. So here you should select the login name and password. You can use the admin both for the login name and password. So let me write admin here. Don't forget to confirm your password and select next. So this is the location where your database file will be stored. I also recommend you to select load sample data option. It will load some example projects to your database so that you can benefit from these examples. And select next here and finish the installation. Okay, after the installation, now we are ready to use the P6. You can find the P6 from Oracle folder. Here we have Oracle Primavera P6. There are multiple options here, but you should select P6 Professional 19. Other options open some different things, so please select this one. And this is the opening screen of P6. Recently, they have changed it a little bit. Here, you should write your login name and your password, which was admin for me. You can also select some different languages here. Unfortunately, we don't have Turkish option in Primavera. Most probably, you are going to continue with the English option. So select connect. At the beginning, it will give you a warning. It says the appropriate industry has not been selected. Just select OK. The warning does not prevent you to access P6, but let me show you how you can remove it. Come admin and select admin preferences here. So at the bottom part, you have industry option. So you see that we don't have any option selected here. And Primavera wants you to select one of these options. This is the reason why you get that warning at the beginning. So here we can select engineering and construction. And we can close this window. So it just changed the names of some fields according to your preferences. So next time when you open Primavera, you will not get such kind of warning. Let me show you. So you see that we didn't get the same warning again. Now we are going to look at the interface of the Primavera. The opening screen of the P6 is the projects view. You can see the list of the projects stored in your database. Remember that during the installation, we selected load sample data. For this reason, we have some example projects listed here. When you look at the workspace, you can see the name of the versions at the uppermost part. So it is also written that no current project. It means that you don't have an opened project. When you open a project, you can see the name of the project here as well. For example, when I open the first project, so you can see both the project ID and the name of the project listed here. In Primavera, you can also work with multiple projects. For example, when I open 3 projects, let me show you. So I'm going to open the first 3 projects. So you see that when I open these projects, you can also see the names of these 3 projects, because as I mentioned, you can work with multiple projects at the same time in Primavera P6. And I can close all of these projects from File and Close All option. We will talk about opening and closing the projects later. Here, there's a menu bar which we will use a lot. I will show you the options here when we cover the related parts. Underneath the menu bar, we have some quick access icons, as you can see here. I will also talk about them later. At the left part, we have the directory bar. You can open some new screens here. For example, now we are at the project screen. For example, when I click resources, you see that it opens a resources screen. When I click reports, it opens a new screen. As you can see, this part is not selectable for now because it is related to the activities. As we don't have any open project right now, we don't have any activities. For this reason, it is not possible to select these options. When I open a new project, let me open a new project. You see that I can use this part as well. When you open a new project, it directly shows you the activities screen. For example, when I click resource assignments here, it opens a new tab. As you can see, Primavera is working with tabs. At each tab, you can perform different operations. Okay, So in the current tab, in the resource assignments tab, I can assign some resources to my activities. If I want to create some new activities, I should go to the activities tab. And the name of the tab is written here, as you can see. This is very important, especially if you are a new user. Sometimes you may not recognize in which screen you are working. You may want to delete an activity. For example, you may want to delete this activity. But if you are on project screen instead of activities screen, when you select delete here, you are going to delete the whole project. And in Primavera, the undo options are limited sometimes. So you have to be very careful and you should follow where you are working using this part. Okay. It shows you in which tab you are working. At the right side, we have the command bar. Here we have the add, delete, cut, copy, and paste options that you are familiar with. There are also some additional options here related to activities. And we will talk about them when we cover the activities part. So at the bottom part, you have the details window. So for each screen, there are different options here, as you can see. So you will also learn most of these options later. And finally, at the lowest part, there is a status bar, which shows information related to your database and the current project. Okay, before concluding this part, I want to talk about hint help option as well. In order to open hint help, you can use view and hint help, or you can use alt plus F1 keys, or you can use the quick access icon here. So click this one. So it will activate the hint help. For example, when I come to project ID, here you see that it says a short code which uniquely identifies the project. Now I understand that the project ID must be unique. When I come to project name column, it says the name of the project name does not need to be unique. So these columns are simple to understand, but in P6 there are hundreds of fields. I'm using it for several years, but sometimes even me come up with some new fields. When this is the case, I always use this hint help option. Therefore, if you are not sure about the column that you are working, you can activate the hint help and understand what does it mean. And in order to close it, you can use quick access icon, or you can close it from the view option. So this is the end of this part. Thank you for your attention. In the next part, we will continue with the organizational breakdown structure.